attribute it towards peer pressure, you know, because when I was in campus, that's when this whole thing had just come up.
Okay.
So you could just see your fellow roommate comes, you know, she's going into this lifestyle, and slowly they make you also be part of that lifestyle. And I think most of the girls or most of the boys, if we were to hear their side of the story, they would say that they entered unknowingly. You know, just because I saw my roommates going out with old men, that means I also feel like I should also go out with old men. Or maybe one time my roommate came and told me, hey, you know what, Grace, there's this old man, you know, he has friends. And that's how now you find yourself slowly come into this culture. So I feel also peer pressure has really played a huge role.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. If you have dated ladies, okay, well, we'll come back to them, and perhaps I want to hear whether they have felt that sweetness of actually just dating a person and being made beautiful, feeling, you know, being made to feel like a woman, being made to feel nice. Before we come back to them, yes, we take to you, Rev. And largely we talk about parenting. Largely we talk about the religion. Largely we talk about society and mentorship. Have we slugged on this element?
Thank you again for that question. And I thank God because I think we have parents who are watching tonight. And I want to put it back to the parents, because a lot of times it is us as church or as religious people, those people we have as congregations are people coming from homesteads. And these are people who come, sometimes they are already grown up, and they instilled values in them. And especially I don't know whether we call it a vice, because we have so many single parents, whereby it's not supposed to be like so. Whereby if my daughter saw me and I'm a single parent, I'm sure there are things she was watching. Maybe I could be that woman who wants the nice things in life. Maybe I'm that woman who keeps changing men. But this is what those children are picking as values, even as they grow and go out there. So there is a lot of lacking in parenting. The people we have in church are the people we have already gotten from these homesteads.
You hear him speak about just how most of the times it's you being reprimanded, it's you being questioned, as opposed to you being sat down and told that, well, you are taking this route and it is a dangerous route for you. That, of course, there's going to be a lot of judgment, you know, from society, you know, because then basically we understand just how society views this Mbaba affair with a lot of skepticism, you know, with a lot of those eyes of why do you have to do that? You are now turning into a terrible character and all that. So how can we shift this and acknowledge that within society, indeed, they are single parents and we cannot run away from that? How can we shift this and acknowledge that within society, there are people who come from this phase to that phase of life, and therefore that work, that transition, you know, that help during transition is critical?
Yes, I would want to say we do have my fellow psychologist here. The patterns of thinking and the way we value things and the choices we make in life has a lot of impact in our lives. And I think we still do we haven't done research on this one, because I think there are still young girls out there who would want to settle down with these handsome young men here, I'm sure. Because according to the way of the values they have been instilled in those homesteads. For us, when we were going to school, we only knew after I go to school, I get a good job and I get a good husband. That's all we knew. But these ones, the other day you were telling us you don't want to get married. You fear marriage like you fear what? Porridge. And hot food or whatever. And we need to come back to where we have lost it. We need